Welcome to the Bounty, a new, bold Counter-Strike format where every round raises the stakes. Here's how it works. The prize pool isn't just split at the end, it's distributed as bounties. Each team starts with a bounty based on their seed. Lower seeds begin with 0, but can still strike it big by hunting bounties from higher ranked teams. Win a match, and you secure 50% of your opponent's bounty as a guaranteed payout. The other 50%, it carries forward, growing the stakes for the next round. After each round, the lower seeded teams pick their opponents from the higher seeded pool. This happens during the live draft shows, taking place before the tournament first begins and after each round of play. Bounty hunters can choose from the most wanted teams, deciding if they want to choose their opponent based on strategy, past history, or simply going for the biggest prize available. This is Counter-Strike like never before. Are you ready to go bounty hunting?
Welcome to our live draft show of the Blast Bounty Season 2 presented by Polymarket. I'm going to be your host, Nat T, and standing beside me in the flesh this time around, it's Boo and Maui. How are you both? I'll start with you, Boo, because I've never had you on my desk yet.
I'm feeling great. I was hearing tales of the late desk with Nat and Maui. I was hearing very good things. I'm happy to be a part of it.
That was going to be my follow-up. Hopefully it was good and you're excited for it then.
Are you going to miss James, though? Aren't you going to miss him?
I will never miss that man.
Oh.
Why?
Just kidding. I love James. It was great. Yeah, lots of fun.
What about yourself, Maui? It's nice to get to see you again.
Obviously, it's great to be here in Malta, to be obviously seeing you both in the flesh, and also getting to see the teams play in person. I think everybody knows that LAN CS is really where men are made.
Yeah, it's another level. It's taken up a whole different notch there. But we want to have a look back at exactly all the fun that Blast Bounty has given us, and it's because of this format, right? We've had 28 VRS invited teams, along with 4 wildcard teams that definitely threw some spanner in the works. Our week 1 was all online. That's where we went from 32 teams playing in a round 1, a round 2, where we got our top 8, the cream of the crop, some would say, Boo. Only the best of the best.
These are the 8 best teams in the world. Nat, Maui, I think you can agree. These are the top 8 teams.
I mean, I think we could look at the teams and maybe beg to differ. Maybe agree to disagree that we've got all the best teams.
But you're
here.
saying Vitality would be in your best 8, Maui?
I'd say it's very likely, yes, Boo. I don't think that's really a hot take. We might get to those later.
I'm not sure if I can disagree with you. You are definitely in the top 8.
It's wacky, though. It's actually wacky how many underdogs have made it through.
Yeah, it was fun because the whole point of Blast Bounty having, you know, the highest seed, having so much money to their name is they wouldn't necessarily be losing it, right, Maui? They should be putting it in their back pockets, but instead we did see some of those big dogs give away quite a large amount of bonus cash for some of the teams that did make it to top 8.
Which I feel like is the point of the bounty at the end of the day, okay? I can, you know, write a song and weep for all those favorites that didn't make it. They all had great seasons, that's why they are favorites, but the bounty is one of the few events in the system, in the ecosystem, that allows teams that are outside really the top 24 to even have a puncher's chance to face some of those upper echelon teams. So I'm glad that they actually were able to relish that opportunity, because reminder, last bounty, or was it 2 ago, the first round had 0 upsets. upsets. So this is actually a huge aberration.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you're going to say about online Counter-Strike, I think you're a little surprised to see this many upsets happening. But it is the first event of the season. I think you're expecting some upsets. This is not the most crazy thing of all time. It's the exact way the upsets happen. To see 6 or 8 upsets is whatever. To see Liquid beat Vitality, 100 Thieves beat Falcons, that's why it's crazy.
Yeah, the perfect storm was created and we all got to enjoy it. But maybe you guys at home didn't catch all of the action, but that's okay because we have a recap video for you having a look at what was round 1 and 2 of our draft shows.
I'm going to get you straight into it. Can you give us who 3D Max is picking? You get the lucky position to take whoever you want from this.
We're going to be picking Magic. I've faced them already. We know the players. We know how they approach the game. They're higher on a VRS ranking, therefore more points to gain.
What do you guys would like to see?
More, if you got Brazilian players, I feel like you want to take on a Furia whenever you can, just to see what you're made of.
Okay, I'll make it for you. So let's pick Furia.
Okay.
Oh, we got too much control in there.
It was already chosen. I mean, it was super hard. Any of them would be super hard. But then it's the Brazilian guys, and I think it makes it more interesting. It's like, yeah, they're awesome. So let's try to face the giants.
Who is Liquid picking for the bounty?
We're going to pick Vitality. We really want to test our new team against the best opposition, and we think Vitality is a great opponent to do that.
Who are you picking, please, Sarah?
We work with the logic that there was a team that won the major, that like if we win against them, then we basically also won a major. So I think we will pick Falcons.
Exist, who exactly are you guys picking?
We are gonna pick Pain. Picked them 2 seasons ago as well, so we kind of want revenge for that game.
Which team are you picking from the most wanted for round number 2?
So we are picking the MongolZ. Yeah, I think we have chance to play against MongolZ. They have 2 new players, and yeah, we had pretty close game at also PGL Bucharest.
Which team 3D Max would like for round number 2?
We decided to pick FUT. In the past, we beat them twice. I think it's a good veto for us, and we like to play them.
Which team from the most wanted you guys are going to be picking for round 2?
We pick Astralis. We know how they're playing, and they're not in good shape, I would say, because new coach, they trying some stuff in the game, so I would say it's kind of comfortable for us.
So Zetia, who exactly out of the 4 remaining teams left is Focus going to be going up against?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed my time in the first game with my ex Ash. So I think we will be picking, or I know we will be picking MOUZ with PR as my new opponent. Game Legion is checked off, not by me, but Ash is checked off now by me, and now I need to go for PR, the last guy standing.
Follow, who exactly is Dendelay going to be picking?
We're going to pick FaZe. So we had a small talk and we prefer to play against FaZe, just like that.
Who is it that you guys are going to be playing in round 2?
Yeah, we are going to go with G2. I think it's going to be an exciting game. It's obviously an established team, G2 is. They also made a change in the offseason, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good game.
It was a lot of fun. Some of the gambles that the teams took there really did pay off for themselves, for others not so much. And we're looking all the way back at round number 1, where we did get to see 6 of our bounty hunters take home that bounty. It was massive for them.
Yeah, incredibly surprising to see the results the way they were. As I mentioned, 100 Thieves beating Falcons. I mean, by transitive property, Maui, that makes them the major champions, of course. Dendelay Furia, maybe a regional matchup, a little bit less surprising, but then Liquid Vitality. I mean, that's insane.
That's why I keep up the transitive property even moving forward, that now Spirit are the major champions for beating 100 Thieves. I'd say something that's kind of a fun additional fact regarding the early round here, though, is that, yes, there were 6 bounty hunters, but that was seeded more or less based off of VRS from months ago.
Yeah.
If people care about something that's a little bit more present, there were actually 8 upsets by just today's HLTV ranking. That's just the most we've ever seen in a bounty. I mean,
which are the other 2 teams that were classified then as the upsets?
I think it was Wildcard taking down Alliance there, and the other one, might have been. That's a great question.
That's all right. I'll let you think about it, Mal, because I know it's deep in that knowledge of brain
Really
of
put me on
yours.
the spot,
I kind
yeah.
of did
Yeah.
because I honestly, you normally do actually have the answers, so I do feel a little bit guilty. But instead, we can have a look at that recap, right? The one that you just mentioned there, Falcons being beaten by 100 Thieves, and kind of rightly so. They really put them to the test, and they looked amazing during what was their best of 3.
I think Gizmy is one for the present. Gizmy is insane. And when you look at that, I think the Falcons 100 Thieves might be one of the less surprising ones of the 3 we're going to really focus in on, because Falcons win the major. Nico has completed CS, people might say. I think you have oftentimes that team comes into the next season and they're a little bit flat on their feet. They are not playing at their best level. I think if they were firing on all cylinders, that one looks a little different.
Have to agree. Also think that it's tougher to play against a Gizmy-led team, as other teams, other IGLs have talked about already. I think Magic's actually gave him props in the post-game interview when they faced off against them. And even though 100 Thieves aren't finding the most success across all the qualifiers, that was a huge scalp that now they can be already proud of and see that there is proof of concept coming into the season.
It's a shame that it wasn't enough to put them in a position to have a better round 2, to even potentially see them here in Malta. But the team that took down Vitality, well, we are getting to see them on LAN. You're going to be seeing them soon when they do come out to pick their draft. It's Liquid, and it wasn't just, oh, they bested them in a best of 3. They 2-0'd them. They just came in and kind of really showed them what was up after a play break.
I mean, more than 2-0'd them. They went down 5 or 6-1 starting on the first half of the first map. I almost checked out mentally when I saw that. I'm like, this is Vitality. They're back. They had the struggle at the major. They're coming back into the first event of the season, ready to play. And then Liquid managed to come back from the deficit, from that tough situation they were in, close out map 1, and then dominate map 2 as well. That the start of the game, the fact that they didn't just run away with it and catch Vitality flat-footed, I think is the most impressive part of that.
That's a definitely interesting aspect. Also, I felt like watching that series that the teamwork was surprisingly on point. Even though Elige did pop off the page scoreboard-wise, it wasn't a performance where I thought, okay, that's unsustainable, because we've seen Elige be a star in the past. We've seen him be a star when he's played under JT in the past. So this wasn't some kind of huge outlier in terms of performance. This was just seeing him sort of reclaim the form that he had the last time he was united with that captain.
Well, you guys have already put the Liquid Vitality series as the biggest upset, so I do wonder what our next upset ranks in the grand scheme of what we're talking about here. It was Dendele being able to take the best of 3 off of Furia, one that you actually put together, right, Mal? You can take ownership and property of that one.
Well, I felt like the veto also really played into the favor of Dendele, that they had already shown through other online qualifiers what they are capable of on Cash. And so when you saw Furia play this one out, first of all, the Anubis stuff was great from Dendele to get off on that. But the Cash win, where it got down to the nitty gritty, showed that Fury's playbook might be a little bit more shallow than Dendele's, where Furia were just trying to spam these mid to B splits and didn't really work out. Dendele caught on. They rotated players a little bit earlier, and tactically, they just looked more ready to play that map.
I think it makes sense from a Furia where you have a lot of older school players. You play Cash the way you used to play it. You go for the mid control consistently. You can go into the execs both sides of the map. But at the end of the day, I think Dendele actually have a really great idea of how to play Cash as well. It's not just that Furia have these good mid controls. I think you're right. The rotates, getting on the right side at the right time was very impressive from Dendele. And I think they're looking at the new meta of Cash and seeing if they can advance things.
I would have loved to have seen them as well be that other team that we could have talked a little bit more about seeing in this round number 3 here. But unfortunately, when we look at round number 2 and what happened when we did have our top 16 teams, is they ended up picking FaZe for themselves. And for you guys who might not be aware, they then ended up being a team that played the final best of 3 in a round of 32 to being the first team to play in a round of 16.
I mean, the problem is that they're aware of that, and that could have played into their pick. Maybe they think that FaZe didn't have time to prepare for them.
Okay.
But unfortunately, as you're alluding to, I think it's the opposite. I think they struggled with that. They might not have, had someone actually tell them in their organization, inform them that this is how it goes, because they did look like they just didn't have the right preparation, at least.
That, and also I think some of the players who looked hotter in the Furia series didn't show up in the FaZe one, which is expected when you have to play a match, 12 hours later? Yeah, Max Core was not the same guy from day 1 to day 2 there. He was kind of stealing the show against Furia, not really anywhere to be found against FaZe Clan. So that's obviously going to hinder the individual level, as they have very little time to sleep, prep, eat, everything else.
And I know that we were looking at, all the upsets from that round number 1, but this time around in round 2, it was only 2 of our bounty hunters that were able to get a win for themselves. And what kept popping up in all of our draft shows was MongolZ seeming like a easy target. People wanting to pick them even though there were lower seeded teams still available. MongolZ really showed up. Their new players really showed up for them.
I mean, they're looking like much better than I think people were expecting, especially 9-10. You could argue if he's looked like the most impressive opper so far at this event. I think he's been taking over games himself. He's been showcasing how well he can play. Since Senzu's left, I only think he's been kicking it up a notch. So to see them, I still expect them, unfortunately, to be picked pretty early on here. Okay. But I do think that they're impressing. And the new players, Tikuwak, I think Darkmeister has looked incredible. They've really been showcasing their skill.
We're seeing glimpses of the new guys and what they're capable of, and I think that it's still going to be a tough task for them to find more wins here in the quarterfinals of the bounty, regardless of who decides to pick them. But I think that it is already a testament to how well the Mongol system actually works, that they're serviceable, that they actually haven't just completely blown it, because those guys were playing with 5 officials under their belt. I think Tikuwak or Darkmeister, one of them only had 5 games on HLTV before joining this tournament, and to still be able to hold his own, to actually top frag one of the maps that were played already in the opening rounds, that's just super impressive.
I mean, at the end of the day, numbers are just, stats are just numbers, right? And wins are still wins. They're the things that really matter there. And I don't know if your whole MongolZ won't get another win is a hot take, if it's lukewarm, if it's the most mild thing people have ever seen in their lives, but I am now going to put you on the spot. I would love to know what your hot takes are. I'm going to start with you, Vu, because I feel like I haven't gotten that spice from you yet.
I think the bounty hunters are going to win at least 50% of their games. And by at least 50%, I mean exactly 50%. I think the bounty hunters are going to win 50% of their games. MongolZ is going to get taken down, and Astralis, they're going to lose to Pain.
Ooh, okay, all right. I like it. I think I'm buying it. I think, yeah, it's got some heat. It's what, like level 2 spice at like a Thai restaurant or something?
Okay. Let's see what your level 5 spice hot take is then. Come on, Maui.
All right, this is a little bit of hopium, copium, whatever it is, I'm smoking them, okay? I like what I've been seeing from Liquid. They have the last pick in this draft show. They're probably going to get Spirit, but I think they're at least going to win a map, okay? It's not, we got to still maintain credibility with some of our takes, okay? It can't go overboard too quickly here, okay? But no, what they showed versus Vitality versus G2, I believe enough that there is something to work with. I think there will be a map where Elige will humble Donk.
Let me hit you with a counter hot take, Maui. I think this will be Donk's highest rated event ever. ever. He is going to humble Elige, JT, Naf. They're going to be humbled. Even if they get a map win, he's going to carry on it. He's going to go into the semis. He's going to dominate whoever that is. And in the finals, he's going to take MOUZ down, no problem.
Well, I do love the hot takes, but I also feel like you guys are skipping a step. You're putting a lot of assumptions out there that we're going to be seeing Liquid up against Spirit. Maybe there's another team out there in the bounty hunter side of those 4 teams that is willing to take on that challenge. Well, what did you say before, Maui? Hopium, copium, whatever it is.
I'm smoking them.
That's it. I'm going to be on that train right now because there is a potential chance that we're going to see our draft show change a little bit, shape up in an unexpected way. But the person to bring us all that action is going to be James Banks.
Thank you very much, guys, for that breakdown as we get ready to dive into the draft show. And the draft show can always be a little bit of fun. It gets harder as we have less teams here at the Bounty. But we've moved from online into LAN, and that's where some of these teams have got a point to prove, and others may do their best work. Remember, Titans have fallen throughout this. It's the start of the season. Anything can happen. Upsets can happen. Things can get a little bit crazy. But we do like it when Counter-Strike gets crazy like that. So let's talk a little bit more about our teams. And starting with that, we're looking at Spirit. Spirit are really the kings of the Bounty. After surviving the upsets and a grueling online start to the season, while the rest of the elites, they stumbled. The Dragons have never faltered, and now they arrive with one goal, to remind everyone who's on top. MOUZ, a rookie in-game leader, an academy star promoted, and a familiar face that had a little bit of time elsewhere comes back to the team. The mighty MOUZ have embraced change, and now it's time to find out if this new era is ready to deliver from day one. The MongolZ, fresh faces, 2 young stars, Darkmeister and Tikuwak. They impressed in their first taste of top-tier Counter-Strike. Now, though, it gets tough. They don't have their coach behind them, so can they keep that fearless fighting spirit alive, especially when it matters most? Astralis is coming up next. No roster changes for this team, just a new perspective. A fresh support of players behind the scene helping them out this time around. Neo's going to be the coach. Ursula's coming to help with the mentality and the performance. Astralis have another opportunity to put one of Counter-Strike's greatest names back on the right path. Pain have had slip-up after slip-up. They've tumbled down the rankings and out of the biggest events. But Safe had a good reborn refresh onto the AWP, and he could be the safest pair of hands in Brazil to help them finally have a difference and stop all the bleeding here. For FaZe, they are looking better, and maybe it is time to start believing in them once again. Some new players, some fresh blood, mixed in with that old style that we know and love coming out of Twists and Frozen. But now they have a point to prove. They've done it online. Can they now do it on LAN? 3D Max trusting their former IGL to take it back over once again. They have also turned an AWPer into a rifler. They've also given a former Vitality talent another chance, if you remember Masuta from all the way back then. And with a two-time major champion guiding them from behind the scenes, could this finally be the time to put French Counter-Strike back on the map? And last but certainly not least, Liquid. You could call it a honeymoon. You could say it was only online when they were going through these results, but they did dismantle Vitality and G2. Now, people need to start paying attention to this team, especially with what we saw. JT has them flying. Jorko is making elite opposition look positively Dorko. Haha. And with that being said, I've had my fun. The teams certainly will be ready for this one, but it is maybe a bit easy to predict how some of this can go. Will we get some spice this time on the Bounty? We'll have to wait and see. But first of all, let's bring our players and coaches onto the stage. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for our live draft show. Magix, I'm going to start with you. A nice start to the season. Why you look surprised when I'm going to start with you?
Why?
You don't get to pick anyone, so I'm just going to talk to you, you know? You just have to wait for this all to happen.
Yeah, I know.
Last time around, you got to predict yourself right before. You kind of understood exactly what was going to happen. Will you share how you think it's going to go with me this time?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Yeah. You didn't plan this through?
No.
Okay, I'm a little bit disappointed. Where's Jabbage?
He's fired.
He's fired?
I hope so.
Okay, maybe you should sell him to another team. He's got good personality.
Maybe Falcons.
Whoa! All right. Magix, thank you very much. Cyclone, I like the little changes we saw. A bit of a surprise. No JL, PR comes in as well, but you know, he was in a MOUZ jersey, MOUZ NXT jersey once before. What's it been like having him come back?
He's grown a lot. But I think he's still a young kid, you know, and now we have a couple of them, so it's a very new dynamic for us.
And what about Xerxon and the IGL? He's still fragging out pretty well. Have you been impressed with what you've seen to how the season started?
Definitely. I think there will still be some growing pains also throughout the season for sure, but he was always a big voice in our team. Very vocal, good at organizing, facilitating, also really into the nerdy side of watching a lot of games and stuff. So
you want that in your IGL as well. Very positive. Techno, hello. How are you doing?
Hello. Very good.
Good to hear. You guys have got two very young players coming in, rookie players, Tikoak and Darkmeister. Can you just maybe say some things about how it's been with them early on coming into the team? Just what are your thoughts on them? Because we're all just learning about them at this moment.
I think they proved themselves. Everyone was thinking we're not going to qualify.
Yeah.
So we're here now.
You're here now? And you're not going to end in the first game, right, no matter who picks you. You believe even without Mara, you can still get it done, you can go further?
Yeah, but we have a lot to do, but we're confident for us.
You're always confident, and that is very key. Neo, I'm just... Oh my God, I can't... It's real, I am checking, it is real.
Looks different, right?
It does look different. Kind of similar colors, though. You have to keep it a little bit red.
Yeah.
You think red looks good on you, right? Yeah,
Maybe.
you look good. You look good. But tell me, how is it going in terms of obviously having to come in and coach a new team? It's so early in a season. Like, what do you try to even change or do? Is it more observing and just looking at what's happening?
I mean, I've learned my lesson in the FaZe, but still, it's a new environment. They already have like the same lineup, so I need to get to know them and see how they operate, and that's a process.
And how much does it mean, though, early on to just be in this stage where you can make it to the LAN playoffs here in Malta?
It feels great. Looking forward to my first game offline with the team.
All right, and just one last thing for you. Many people seem to think that it could be like you guys being picked first. Do you have that same thought in your heads?
It might be a simulation as well. We'll see.
It might be. We'll have to wait and see. Bigazera.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good.
Did you have some good vacation time with family back home in Brazil? I know it's very important for your mentality and what you bring into each season.
Yeah, I think I needed more time, but yeah, was okay.
We always need more time with family.
Yeah.
I understand that with you as well. Talk to me a little bit about Safe right now, because I was worried at one point that maybe he didn't have it, like what it took to fill the shoes for NQZ, but in this online stage, bro, he was owning, he was doing real good. So are you starting to see his development, his improvements?
Yeah, I think he's a kind of player that he has like a lot of ideas, so it's difficult sometimes in a short time to keep this kind of ideas in the whole system. You know?
Yeah.
So right now I know his way to play and his ideas, so yeah.
And also, you get to pick first today when we get to that. That's the best position to be in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Let's see how it goes. NKJ, thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the draft show. Looking good in that FaZe jersey, but you've already had a couple of outings with this team already. Jaboan, obviously a very big name on what he's been able to do, but how are you trying to coach and manage him a little bit, especially with how aggressive he can be? How much do you let him be free? What do you want to see from him at this event?
I just want him to be as free as possible. I just want him to be the J-Bone that he grew up to be, you know? Not really that many handcuffs given to him, you know? He can do whatever he wants, but he needs to learn his lessons. Hopefully he did so in China last couple of weeks.
Yes, yeah, I saw the vlog as well, right? He was very deflated after China, but he still performed very well, right?
Yeah, most certainly. He did really well. He did not only surpass my expectations, but most certainly his own, and this is the most important thing.
Very good and very positive for the development. Wazink, how are you?
Good.
Now, looking at this, you guys took an AWPer and turned him into a rifler, and he was looking pretty crispy in game. Was it a risk when you were asking him to do that, or did you already always know that he could be capable with the rifle?
No, I know he's a good player. I trust him, and we know in France like he was a really good rifle, so I expect him to be here, and he has still to improve.
And for you guys, right, you've obviously had a couple of changes. Masuta came in February, right? Now you added Kersey. How much has that slowed down the team being able to be comfortable and like be able to get back to where you were before? Because you're bleeding a lot of VRS points right now.
Yeah, but we had the group like living together, playing together since maybe 3 or 4 years. So we had to bring fresh blood.
Yeah.
And we know it's a long process. Unfortunately, it's like it's bringing a lot of lose, but now we're better and better. Just question of time.
Hopefully you continue to show it here as well. Flashy, you're also here for just a bit of fun, right? Because you don't get to make a choice in this, really. You just get whoever's left over. Let me first ask you this, though. Scheduling. You're all good with the scheduling? Everything's all understood right now? No more problems?
No more problems. We solved it.
You've solved it. You've solved it. Nice and easy. When it comes to you, though, right? Are you just expecting to face Spirit, given where you're at right now? But you've already had all the tough games, and you've done it very well.
Yeah, might as well continue, right? I think, yeah, that's the expected scenario, but who knows? Maybe we'll get a surprise.
And just tell me, what is it that is so impressive about this team clicking from the beginning? The names you took down were no joke, and it's the way you've been able to do it as well.
I think there is just a lot of belief in the team and trust towards each other, and our chemistry has been really strong from the get-go.
Very positive, and it's all working out. But with that, we've had a nice little opening conversation for everyone. It is time for the draft show to begin. And with that, Mr. Bigazera, smile on your face right now.
Yeah.
This is a good position to be in.
Yeah.
Was it a hard decision to make? Don't give me the name just yet, but like, did it take some sitting down? What did you guys talk about as a team? How did you make this decision?
To be honest, we were just thinking about map picks and what the map pool would be better for us, and also thinking VRS points. So it's something that is so important right now, and we know that win a match in LAN is so important. So yeah, basically.
And does it feel like you guys as a team have started to improve since you've been back in Europe as well? Because I know you had some struggles at the beginning, but is it getting better in your eyes as the leader, what you are seeing day after day?
Yeah, always. In Europe, the Counter-Strike is much better than Brazil, so we improve a lot. At the same time, we know that we have to stay a little bit there, because if you just stay in Europe, we got crazy.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to balance the time in Brazil and the time here. But we try our best, and yeah.
Now I'm going to pop an all-important question to you, but I won't ask you to marry me. I'm going to ask you, who are you going to pick out here?
Okay. I'm picking Astralis.
Woo! The respectful handshake from the very beginning. Give me just the reason you decided to pick Astralis, please, because
Sure. As I said, Astralis has the first thing that I think about Astralis is the map pick is ancient, and we don't play ancient.
Okay,
Everyone
smart.
knows. So it's a big point for us. We have a lot of maps in common that we like to play. Is another point, and the last time that we faced it, we won them.
Helps a lot.
Of course, Counter-Strike is not like a rule, and it's just more like football sometimes, and we never know. But yeah, basically that.
Okay. Neo, was this one you were expecting?
Yeah, that was one of the options.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, and they're a great team, so it's not an easy matchup.
But you were the team that lost to them last time. Now you're here. You can be the difference maker, right? You can help with that pre-planning and make yourself ready for it.
That's the plan. That's always the plan.
That's always the plan.
The reality is sometimes, different, but we'll see.
Is Hooksy already preparing for this?
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah?
Right now.
He's watching and he goes, okay, time to do this. I sent Neo here. I've got to make sure I'm ready to get the job done.
Yeah.
But all in all, from what you saw from the online stage from your boys, like, do you see a difference from maybe when you watched back some of the games when you were not there?
I would like to say so, but it's still a process. We've had a boot camp, we've been working on our game, so yeah, I mean, let's see on Friday.
Let's see how it goes. Thank you very much, guys. NKJ, it's your time to look at this one. Were you going to pick Astralis if they were still left open?
Honestly?
Yeah?
Maybe.
That's not honestly. Honestly, I need a yes or a no.
I mean, if they were open,
yeah,
we would have picked them, I guess.
Okay. Now, I've seen this on many times. Don't give me the answer just yet, but I mean, like, we look at this, right? We see the opposition you've got. You might want to challenge. You might want to try Take Spirit. They win a few maps. They went deep, Could I encourage you on going for a tougher pick?
I mean, you can try, but it's probably not going to work.
But so I know for a fact, right, that Magix right now is unhappy because he's here, yeah? So you could use that to your advantage, because he'd be surprised if you picked him right now, and then maybe they're not ready for you.
I mean, they would have to be ready no matter what for the match tomorrow, But we would have an extra day.
Yeah, see, because you would have, no one would have expected you to pick him, But all jokes aside, get ready for it. Give it to me. Who is FaZe picking?
We are going to be picking MongolZ.
MongolZ, okay. Now, a lot of teams told me before when they picked the MongolZ that, okay, they're coming in with 2 new rookie players, Now it's on LAN as well. Do you think that could be a factor for you guys?
Not necessarily. I don't think the LAN factors in that much, in all honesty. We just considered a lot of other factors, just like Biguzera was saying before, the map pool. Also, the starting time of the match plays in our hands, right? Not necessarily having to play tomorrow already, but on Friday. And then also, given the ranking, the VRS ranking, they're right above us, 1 rank. I think they're 14th currently.
Okay.
And there would be obviously decent VRS points. We could be climbing a rank, they would be losing a rank, which could favor us for the August ranking then.
Did it also factor in the fact they don't have Mara here as well, no coach behind them?
I don't think so, to be quite fair. I mean, it could actually be an additional kind of motivating factor for them, not having the coach with them, that they're kind of saying like, hey, let's do it for him. So, but who knows? I cannot tell it, you know.
Techno, tell me, how much does it hurt you guys as the Mongols not having Mara behind you, especially with 2 new young players as well?
We already played without Mara once or twice in this year.
Yeah.
2 tournaments, I mean. So I think we're kind of adapted to it. So I think that's not the problem.
But what about for the young players? Do they not need to have someone like Mara behind to be there day after day?
Sometimes if there's a coach behind, the new players can be restricted maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe,
yeah.
just it has 2 sides, but coach needed, but it has 2 sides, and maybe who knows, the new 2 players will play their own and maybe dominate them. Maybe.
There we go. We have seen them dominate already a couple of times. They've looked good on the server, so we'll have to see how it goes. Now we continue to move on forward. So we got our opening 2 matchups. You decide everything for 3D Max side, Wazin. It's you deciding all of how this will go, because whichever pick you make now decides who Liquid is going to get as well. You've got Spirit, who everyone says is going to win the whole tournament. You've got a MOUZ, who have got some new players in, but they're still a very deadly team. So did you expect already that this would be the order? Had you predicted this?
To be honest, I don't care. Like,
oh, okay.
No, really. It's for good teams.
Yep.
To be honest, and we know, like, well, we trust that we can beat each team, but it depends on us. And after, it's about map pool and plan, you know.
I like that. So it's a lot about the mentality, right, coming out from you guys and the team. How is the mentality, though, in the team after obviously making it to LAN?
We're happy. We're happy, but we're conscious, like, the past day were not really good for us, but we're happy about the performance. It's the first time for 3D Max to go there, so really happy.
Really happy. I'm sure you are with it all. And one final question, because I got to build some time up in this. We're waiting to get a couple of things ready. I want to ask you about this. Cash obviously is a map you guys have started to show some love and like a bit to. How much does MBK help with that, man? He's even got a spot on the map named after himself.
Yeah, no, he helped us a lot about the map, because me as a player, I didn't play a lot this map.
Yeah.
So as a coach, I don't have a lot of experience, but he helped us a lot in CT more than T, but yeah, he helped.
Okay.
Sure.
I was expecting that. Thank you very much for the insight. All right, it's time to get into it. Who is 3D Max picking? You got 2 teams to choose from.
We pick MOUZ.
Boom, boom, boom. Not the biggest of surprises coming in there. You didn't fancy your chances against Spirit?
We could, but I think about map pool, and since the first day I want to pick MOUZ, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
We wanted this with a change, and we thought it was possible, but before we take other choice, and it was a perfect day to take it. Now, and Spirit is a good team, but we know it will be between these 2 teams. We have to make a choice, and map pool was better for us.
Awesome. Cyclone, going up against 3D Max in this one. Was this one that you just expected to come down to this, as you predicted it yourself?
I'm surprised. No, but I was surprised with the earlier pick. I thought it would have been switched the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah.
I think for both teams a bit of a transition period. New players coming in, changing the direction, some fresh blood, as you said. I think it's a fresh start also for this matchup.
I want to ask you, you guys often when you have to play these online tournaments, play from the MOUZ HQ, right? You play in front of a crowd each time as well. How much do you feel something like that is just helping, especially for the younger players?
Of course it helps, because you, it's not just that I wouldn't say the pressure is that high in that setting, but it adds a bit of a distraction, right?
Yeah.
You need to maintain focus. Things will happen throughout the day, and you need to stay poised, right? And it's a bit of a challenge in that regard.
And what's now, obviously you guys have had your core for a long time, but in terms of having these new five players coming in, I remember before you were talking about the energy and the vibe you wanted, right? Is it starting to, like, do you see something different in it? Do you see a different energy? Are you getting what you wanted?
I mean, now the direction is much more youthful, right? We have 2 young guys, they're hanging a lot together out. I think also Adrian coming in, being with Adam, Torch and Selix, 2 Hungarians.
Yeah.
Also a bit of a duo there. There's a big brother, little brother synergy.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's a fresh look from us.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing more of that fresh look. And then for this last one, well, Flashy, you expected this. You didn't have much chance. Let me ask you this. Did you already do your preparation for Spirit?
Of course.
Yeah. You just could do it in advance.
I actually asked Wazink if he's willing to pick Spirit. He said maybe. I was a bit shaky, but...
You were like, wait, oh no.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked, yeah.
Yeah, it was better not to know. But you got Spirit in the end. You're very prepared and ready for this as well, right? But you've had challenges, so obviously beating Vitality, beating G2. I know Spirit's another team, right? It's another top team, but the confidence must be there in what you've been able to do.
Yeah, we are really confident and we believe we can win this matchup, but it will be tough for sure.
It will be tough for sure. Magix, you're here for us finally. Sorry you've been waiting so long. At least you're smiling. Thumbs up. I like this. This is positive. Thank you very much, Magix. Look at this. You were probably expecting to face Liquid, but do they get some more respect from you and the team? Because obviously they took down a Vitality, they took down a G2 already.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely earned some respect because they've beaten Vitality. Of course, everyone can say that it was the warm-up game after the break, but you know, we also could have lost earlier.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I've seen it 2 times, I guess.
And looking at this, Spirit has a lot of success when it comes to the Blast Bounty in general. 2 trophies already, not the beginning of this year, but I mean, everyone's looking at you guys as the favorites. Does it feel like you are favorites? Do you feel like this is your tournament to take?
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you
just
win,
play
great.
better. Just get better.
Yeah, just get better, play better. That's what we all want to do in all life. That's good advice for everyone in the world, no matter what we're doing. But the draft show is done. We do have our matchups. So guys, shake hands, take your time, enjoy each other for a little bit longer, and we're done.
See you tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you.
It feels like out of the 12 people in front of the camera, at least one person was surprised. It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't Vu or Maui. It was Cyclone. He's like, I thought maybe the earlier picks might have been swapped around with Astralis not necessarily being the first team to get picked up. But Maui, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get my upset of Spirit getting picked early in our draft show.
No, not quite. I feel like if you really want to make a distant case for a team that could have went for it, FaZe, because they share a permaban, maybe gives them a little bit of an edge in the veto, but no, everybody's just too scared of Spirit, of course. I was kind of there with Cyclone, even though Pain had beaten Astralis at the most recent major and did it in a very dominant fashion. I thought maybe they thought that this new look MongolZ was worth trying to take down.
Yeah, I think the problem is, as you said, the map pools, but they took them down at the major. I mean, they took them out of the entire event, and it looked dominant while doing so. And as much as Astralis, you know, they've made some changes maybe in the way they're approaching the game, it's still the most obvious pick, especially because you've seen Tikawak and Darkmeister have both had some pop-off performances for MongolZ. So you're not looking at them as like super obvious, super like weak links in the team.
Are you also like, I wouldn't say necessarily impressed is the right word here, Maui, but like intrigued as to the reasoning behind some of the picks? Because at the end of the day, there is that option of going with, oh, our gut feel is just this team is going to be better for us, whereas it felt very logical. Oh, we share these map vetoes, that's their permaban, we also don't play it. VRS rankings obviously played a massive factor, even though I would have liked them not to.
Yeah. I feel like it was more or less fairly cut and dry. I think in the earlier round, like the round of 32, for example, we saw a lot more surprise picks, more so because I think the teams in sort of that 6 to 10 range sort of mess around a little bit more, whereas this time around it was more just kind of worst team to best team, generally speaking.
I think when you're looking at it, you take a look at who can you pick in this lineup. Picking MOUZ and Spirit is like saying you're signing your own death warrant there.
Yeah.
Like you really, there's no justification to pick them when MongolZ and Astralis are open at the top of the list.
That's because we have the best 8 teams in the world right now,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. These are 1 to 8, my best 8 teams in the world. No caveats.
Kind of a weird power ranking to publish there. I don't know if you want to put a byline on that or what.
Signed by Boo.
Okay.
Hey, look, at least someone's willing to put a little bit of extra pizzazz out there, Maui. But yeah, it definitely was no surprise at all. We loved the reasoning, but what do you think is going to be your most? Finish my sentence, but you know what I'm gonna say.
My most entertaining game is gonna be Liquid.
Brother, you knew it.
They're gonna take let me say this one. If Spirit look like they did online, which they won't, but if they do,
yeah,
Liquid will win.
Ooh, what? How are you gonna one up my hot take from before the draft show?
I don't even think this is hot. If you think about how Spirit looked online,
they
won't look like that.
Maps,
they won't look like that.
and all
but
their
if they
best of threes.
Did you see that final map they played against 100 Thieves?
No, actually, I Men in Black mind wiped myself of that map.
13-0, Donk's highest rating ever. It doesn't matter how Spirit look. If Donk looks like that on land, then he will actually get his highest rating.
Excluding that map.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we pretend that map didn't happen.
They were warming up to land. That's why they looked so good there, because you keep saying, not that they will look like online Spirit, but if they did, and we don't want to look at the past anymore, we want to look towards the future. We want to see what our schedule is going to be when we get into the action. It is going to be Liquid and Spirit, our first quarterfinals. That one's going to be starting tomorrow. It'll be followed up by 3D Max and MOUZ. And then Friday, like we heard from the reasoning behind picking the teams they did, it's FaZe and MongolZ and then Astralis up against Pain.
Why are we starting with the hottest match? No, that's just how the seeding works in the schedule, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But no, I'd say that in the middle of the pack, things get pretty interesting there. The MongolZ kind of match, the Astralis match, I think that's where Vu's hot take about there being 50% of the bounty hunters are actually going to find those most wanted heads. That's where it's definitely most likely.
Yeah, I do think you also have the benefit of the format. You get teams picking into a matchup that's a little better for them. Maybe you have a bit of a better chance of an upset, but you at least have a better chance of a really entertaining game.
It's going to be an entertaining game no matter which one you tune into, but I promise you want to catch all 4 of them over our next 2 days of quarterfinals. That's going to be it for our draft show right now. I hope you guys have had a lot of fun. I've enjoyed talking with you guys, and so I can only imagine what the weekend and the rest of this event is going to bring in store for us. But make sure you guys tune in. It is going to be those 2 quarterfinals tomorrow for our Blast Bounty Season 2 presented by Polymarket.
Welcome to the Bounty, a new, bold Counter-Strike format where every round raises the stakes. Here's how it works. The prize pool isn't just split at the end, it's distributed as bounties. Each team starts with a bounty based on their seed. Lower seeds begin with 0, but can still strike it big by hunting bounties from higher ranked teams. Win a match, and you secure 50% of your opponent's bounty as a guaranteed payout. The other 50%, it carries forward, growing the stakes for the next round. After each round, the lower seeded teams pick their opponents from the higher seeded pool. This happens during the live draft shows, taking place before the tournament first begins and after each round of play. Bounty hunters can choose from the most wanted teams, deciding if they want to choose their opponent based on strategy, past history, or simply going for the biggest prize available. This is Counter-Strike like never before. Are you ready to go bounty hunting?